Design trends are like fast fashion. They're like amazing online, you order them, you're super excited, but then the second you blink, suddenly they feel outdated, try hard, or just plain cringy. And while some of the big offenders are obvious, others are a bit sneakier. I'm not even wasting your time with overdone farmhouse shiplap. Unless you live on a farm, I mean, what are you doing? Gluing those squiggly foam pool noodle thingies onto a mirror to make it art. Fun? Sure. But here's the problem. They almost always look better in a nice little 15-second video compared to real life in your home. And once you've tried them, you're left with a room that feels like a time capsule of 2024's For You page. So instead of chasing these micro trends, which is so exhausting, the algorithm is just constantly changing. Try pulling inspiration from them without copying them outright. Are you looking for a full-service online color consultation? Check out the link below because we are offering a personalized color consultation service with Maria, our full-time consultant. You can have a back-and-forth communication to make sure you're picking the right colors for your space. Details are all below. For example, instead of slapping a random arch on the wall, create an architectural detail that feels intentional, like full wall paneling, or even painting a feature color in a way that frames your furniture rather than just floats randomly in space. Same vibe, more longevity. Next, neon LED strip lighting. You've seen it under every cabinet, behind every TV, tracing every ceiling line. It's vibey in theory. Like, it seems like it'd be nice just to have that accentuation, but it can also turn your home into a teenager's gaming den. If it's too outright, it could look pretty tacky. By next year, it's gonna look just as dated as colored recessed lighting from the early 2000s. But on the other hand, lighting doesn't have to be boring. If you like the drama of colored lighting, invest in smart bulbs or dimmable features. That way you can shift your lighting palette with a tap on your phone, mood without the tackiness. And if you love the glow, go for backlit shelving maybe, or warm LED cove lighting. It's architectural, not gimmicky. And let's talk about fake DIY luxury. Peel and stick marble backdrops, stick on herringbone tiles, faux brick wallpaper. These things always look good on the package, but in reality, they peel, bubble, and never quite convince anyone, especially texturally. The worst part, they cheapen the rest of your design. Imagine a beautiful sofa next to a fake brick wall. The contrast just makes everything look less expensive. A better alternative to me is to embrace honest materials. If you can't afford marble or you just don't feel like installing it, look into maybe a butcher block or a simple solid laminate with a nice matte finish. For walls, use paint techniques like lime wash or Venetian plastering. You can look them up. Lime wash especially isn't too hard to do, and it's also cost effective and can give you the depth of texture that fake finishes just can't mimic. Another one that's really big right now is glossy finishes everywhere. High gloss cabinetry, lacquered walls, shiny floors. Yes, they look incredible in photos. They make for great content, but that's just it. You shouldn't be basing your design decisions around what's gonna go viral. In real life, fingerprints, dust, smudges. It's like buying a black car. I know, I own one. It only looks good for like 30 minutes after it's been cleaned. And the thing about high gloss too, is that it highlights every single flaw. So next year, this is going to feel sterile and high maintenance, not chic. My alternative, use gloss strategically. A glossy accent wall in a powder room maybe can be stunning. Or a lacquered coffee table as a statement piece. Or one of my personal trendy favorites is a high gloss dining room ceiling. You know it's not going to get touched, and it's going to reflect the beautiful Thanksgiving/Christmas spread that you put out. I do find it important to balance things out with matte or satin finishes elsewhere so your home still feels inviting, not like a mirror showroom. Here's one you might not expect. Hyper-staged neutral spaces. You know the look. You got your beige sofa, your beige rug, your beige throw pillows, maybe some gray candles, and a beige dog. It's soothing on Instagram, but in real life it feels a little soulless. And that's because homes are supposed to feel lived in. By next year, I think people are going to be over these catalog homes that feel more like a hotel lobby than a personal space. Instead of drowning in neutrals, add depth with layered neutrals like warm taupes, soft whites, and earthy woods. And then add accents that mean something to you. Maybe a colorful piece of art, or a vintage chair, a rug you actually love, not just the one that matches the couch. The key is personality layered into calm. And then there's extreme minimalism. The I have one chair, one lamp, and one mattress on the floor aesthetic. Don't get me wrong, minimalism is great when it means declutter and be intentional. But when it crosses into emptiness, it just looks unfinished, like you moved in yesterday and haven't unpacked yet. By next year, I think people will crave warm minimalism, clean spaces that still have texture, comfort, and character. Think a neutral palette, but with cozy textiles. A pared back room, but with sculptural lighting or something. I love me some organic wood elements as well. Minimal doesn't have to mean barren. And here's the bottom line. Trims are not the enemy. They can totally be fun. They can push you out of your comfort zone. And sometimes, rarely, they become classics. But chasing them without thinking, that's where you end up repainting every year or so. If you love something, go for it. But ground it with choices that won't feel embarrassing in 12 months. And if you're still here, I'll let you in on my quick cheat sheet for timeless alternatives. Instead of chasing viral hacks, focus on well-proportioned design details. Instead of neon strips, invest in layered lighting. Instead of fake luxury, choose honest, textured finishes. And instead of high gloss overload, mix your sheens. Trade in the sterile neutrals by adding some personality and layering. Your home should feel like you, not like the trend cycle's greatest hits or flops.